WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. COVID numbers jump again today. More than 1,300 Mississippians get positive results. The coronavirus has disrupted lives. In fact, so many things have changed over the past few months that being summoned to serve on a jury can almost feel normal. But courtrooms will be far from normal this year. The Mississippi Supreme Court has issued 14 orders informing area courts of the proper protocol regarding COVID-19. Our Cash Matlock joins us live in the studio. Cash, what are counties doing to meet these guidelines?
Well, Joey, when selecting a jury, circuit clerks actually have to call in hundreds of residents into the courtroom, and so that can make it kind of hard to socially distance. Now, that is why some counties are looking to move their courtroom business to nearby community centers. The only problem is not every county has one. The Lowndes County Circuit Clerk's office is gearing up for jury selection this August. At the last Board of Supervisors meeting, Circuit Clerk Teresa Barksdale proposed moving the jury selection process to the Trotter Center in downtown Columbus. That proposal was approved.
We will be using the Trotter for the August term of court. We will meet there on August the 18th. August the 17th is our first day of court. And we just feel like it'd be safer for our jurors as well as court personnel. We can spread the people out with a greater distance, more so than the courtroom.
Barksdale said she got the idea from another county.
My fellow clerk in Alcorn County, she had a jury and she used the one of the centers up there, arena. There was an arena up there that she used, and she said it worked very good. Everybody felt comfortable, had a good number of jurors to show up, and so that's our main concern, is to make everyone feel safe.
But not every county has an arena. In fact, not every county has a community center.
Well, we do not have a large civic center or a large community center.
Sherry Henderson is the circuit clerk for Webster County. Webster's court term was in June. Henderson says their selection process was a little different.
We separated them into 3 groups, and we had each of those groups come in at 30-minute intervals. And at that time, then the judge went through each of the stages of the questioning 3 times. And at that point, we picked a grand jury.
And luckily, no court proceedings ended up going to trial. Henderson says socially distancing in a courtroom would have been an even bigger challenge.
We could use the courtroom if we did not allow an audience in to spread the juries out.
Well, area judges have the final say. For example, in Oktibbeha County, courtroom officials are following CDC guidelines. However, they chose not to relocate their jury pooling.
Yeah, serving on a jury is so important, and so is staying safe.
Exactly.
All right, thanks, Cash. Well, you probably know people in financial limbo. A direct result of the virus impact, where they live could change after the $600 unemployment benefit payment stopped this Friday. Here at home, the Aberdeen Housing Authority has worked with tenants during the pandemic to ensure no evictions will happen. The agency is allowing residents to defer their rental payments up to 12 months. However, when tenants can't meet their payment agreements, a meeting will follow to work out another plan of action. Agency leaders say rental criteria hasn't changed, but they are double checking paperwork.
We're going to try to work with them as much as possible. Going to look at everybody on a case-by-case basis to, allow everybody to keep their home.
We've had 10 families out of 109 that faced hardship, and we've worked with 8 of them already and got them situated.
The Aberdeen Housing Authority is expecting for those numbers to rise during September. We mentioned it earlier. Now here's a breakdown of what state health officials report as one of the highest COVID-19 death numbers for a single day. The Mississippi State Department of Health is reporting 1,342 new cases today and 42 deaths. In our area, Lee, Lowndes, and Monroe counties are reporting deaths today. There are more than 1,100 people in hospitals across the state with confirmed or suspected COVID-19. 169 of those patients are on a ventilator. 18 to 29-year-olds have the highest number of reported cases. A little over 35,000 people are presumed recovered in the state. This means right now there are about 17,685 people in Mississippi that are currently infected with the virus. It's the continued rise in cases that worries parents and teachers. Depending on where your child attends school, the first day could be as early as next week, but that means school buses will once again be a common sight on the roadways. Just like the classroom, district leaders have plans in place to safely take kids to and from school. Our Quentin Smith speaks with a transportation department official about its new safety measures. He joins us live in the studio with the details. Quentin?
Yeah, Joey, the Calhoun County School District has been working hard for the past few weeks putting this plan together. It includes disinfecting buses multiple times a day and requiring students to wear face masks while they're riding the buses. All of this is to help ensure the precious cargo is as safe as possible. The wheels on the bus will soon be going round and round in the Calhoun County School District when the bus goes to pick up the kiddos. Unlike in the past, when they step foot on the bus, students will notice several new safety measures in place.
Hand sanitizing stations are being set up on each bus where students can sanitize their hands, getting on and off the bus. We're providing, masks will be worn. Each student and the bus drivers will have to wear masks on the buses.
Transportation Director Stacia Parker says students will be distanced from one another on the school buses to practice social distancing. However, kids from the same household will sit together.
We'd love to do one to a seat. We'd love to skip seats, but sometimes that's not realistic, so we just have to do what CDC tells us to do and just try to do our best.
After each route, the buses will be cleaned and sanitized. At this time, the district is unsure on the number of students who will be riding the buses, but Parker is expecting that number to be less than normal.
Because I have heard of some parents saying, well, they're going to do the virtual school this year. They're a little scared to send their students to school just yet, so we'll just have to see.
Parker says she understands how critical it is to keep students safe during this process. That's why the school district is going above and beyond with these new measures.
With the numbers going up, it's a scary thing, and so we just want to make sure that we're doing everything possible to implement these procedures to protect our students, protect our bus drivers. And it's very important for them to follow the rules and follow the guidelines.
Now, parents are encouraged to check their child's temperature before sending them to the bus stop. And despite being in this pandemic, Parker says most of the district's bus drivers are returning, and they've even added some new ones. The Calhoun County School District will begin classes on August 24th.
We've had a lot of passing downpours out there today. The next one coming on into Vernon. We are looking south from Durham's Pharmacy. You can see right there more clouds, more showers here. These are passing on through, scattered about the region. Some of you getting soaked right now, some of you missing out. But what we have on radar is what we are dealing with currently. And there's a pretty good low thunder shower there east of Boonville. But this will go away around sunset or shortly thereafter. So temperatures for the most part now 80s and 70s with the rain. 70s during the evening and overnight hours. There could be a little bit of fog out there as well as we start out our Wednesday. I'm back with your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
Blue ribbons in downtown Amory are from people who want to honor Monroe County Deputy Dylan Pickle. Amory Main Street is displaying U.S. flags throughout downtown. Below each flag, blue ribbons will be placed. Kara Farnham owns Corner Flowers and Gifts. It says requests for the memorial ribbons began coming in only hours after Deputy Pickle was killed when a car hit him at a safety checkpoint Sunday night. Farnham says she is proud to live in a caring and compassionate community. Deputy Zach Wilbanks, who was also injured, continues to recover at a Tupelo hospital. A young man from Florida is running for fallen Deputy Pickle. Zachariah Cartledge is from Orlando and runs for fallen law officers across the nation. We first met him last year when he ran in honor of Chickasaw County Deputy Jeremy Voiles. Yesterday, Zachariah posted a video and message to Facebook as he went for a run in honor of Deputy Pickle, who passed away this weekend. Zachariah says he hopes Dylan's friends and family find comfort in knowing Dylan is thought of miles and miles away.
I just hope the families and the friends of this volunteer that I'm running for are healing through my run, finding comfort through my run, and I just want at least a little joy to go through their minds through the 7 minutes of my run, and I hope that's what they're thinking too.
July 26th, 2020.
Lynn's mom will get the flag Zachariah ran with. Zachariah started this last year and so far has run over 560 miles. Funeral services are set for Deputy Pickle. There will be a graveside service open to the public on Thursday at 3 p.m. It will be held at Houghton Memorial Park in Amory. People are asked to wear a mask and social distance. Memorials can be made to the Monroe County Sheriff's Department or the Dylan Pickle Memorial account at Renaissance Bank in Amory. Well, it's been an emotional 24 hours for folks in Winston County. Sheriff's Deputy Leon Glenn went home Monday for lunch. It's believed his heart gave out. It was a relationship that made with the community that made Glenn well known and well liked, as WCBI's Bobby Martinez learned today.
Winston County Sheriff Department is mourning the loss of one of their own. Deputy Leon Glenn passed away Monday afternoon following a heart attack. And Winston County Sheriff Jason Pugh says Glenn was not only a perfect example of what a deputy should represent, but one that would go above and beyond to serve and protect his community.
Leon Glenn was a tremendous law enforcement officer. He was a great deputy and he was a great friend.
His loss felt strongly.
Really couldn't believe it. It's a very sobering thought that we're not guaranteed tomorrow. That we don't know what the Lord has in store, and that tomorrow may not be a day for us. He was one of the best friends I ever had, and I'll definitely miss him.
Glenn joined the Winston County Sheriff's Department in 1999, and since then, his upbeat personality was infectious.
He had a really positive outlook on life. He had a really happy personality. You know, he wasn't a person that was grumpy or ill. He was always in a good mood, always enjoyed talking to you, always tried to do his best wherever he went, and always tried to do his best for the public.
Pugh says Glenn was the perfect role model to the community.
Really involved in the community. He was involved in his church. Leon was a great baseball player. He was somebody that you could look up to. He was somebody that would always take time to talk to you.
And at this time, funeral arrangements are being sorted out. And as soon as more details become available, we will make sure to pass that along to you. Reporting in Winston County, Bobby Martinez, WCBI News.
When we return, we'll tell you why the holiday season is on the minds of Mississippi floral design. You're watching WCBI News at 6. Welcome back, everyone. It may be the middle of summer, but florists across Mississippi are thinking about Christmas decorations. Mississippi First Lady Ely Reeves has launched a contest called Christmas at the Mansion. The First Lady is dedicating Christmas decorations at the Governor's Mansion this year to frontline first responders and other essential workers who have served during the pandemic. Reeves is asking florists to submit designs for Christmas at the Mansion to recognize and celebrate the heroes.
I just cannot imagine being on the front lines during this pandemic. They are literally putting their lives at risk for all of us. I can't imagine the long hours that they're having to put in and then going home to their families. A lot of us are either working at home or sitting at home and trying to shelter in place, and they're out there. And so that's one of the things that we wanted to highlight and just shine a light on and thank them on all that they've done for us.
The deadline to submit designs is Friday. A decision will be made in August, and one designer will have until December 1st to decorate the Governor's Mansion for Christmas. Well, it's hot enough outside to make you wish it was Christmas.
At this point, let's just fast forward to the next couple of months, right? Wouldn't that be nice? Maybe Christmas 2021 at this point. All right, weather-wise, we do have some showers out there. One of those downpours earlier today. You have to watch out for those things. They are big-time rain producers. Download the WCBI News app for the latest forecast. Of course, I'm back with your 7-day events.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Passing downpours again today. The summer storms love to produce heavy rain. Our time lapse from downtown Columbus, bubbling clouds as expected, and then got a storm, a little shower coming on into the view right there. A pretty good downpour here in downtown. Some other spots picking up on the downpours as well. We are looking west from Louisville, Mississippi. You can still see some rain out there with our Alpha Insurance camera network. So if you missed out on the rain today, you have several more opportunities this week. If you've been getting soaked day after day, well, just another day here in the Deep South. These showers and thunder showers, which are locally heavy here just east of Boonville, this activity will be waning as you get into the early evening hours and sometime after 8. I really suspect a lot of this, if not all of it, will be done. Some of these clouds will hold tough during the night. We may see some areas of fog later on tonight once that rain goes away. So if you've had rain today, I say it's a pretty good bet that there will be some fog around tonight into tomorrow morning. Amory, we start out in the 70s tomorrow. We are back into the mid to upper 80s during the course of our Wednesday afternoon. So a very similar day to what we had today, 85 to about 88 degrees here. Perhaps a little bit warmer if the clouds are a little bit late to blossom, but by mid to late morning, we should see more showers and thunder showers develop tomorrow. But this evening, notice how as we get into the late evening hours, a lot of the rain goes away. We'll likely start out the day with some cloud cover by midday, more scattered showers and thunder showers around here. Some of that will continue into the early to mid-evening hours tomorrow. Then a lot of that will go away before another cluster of rain and storms will be possible as we get into our Thursday here, and probably for Friday and Saturday as well. Let's check it out with your AccuWeather 7-day forecast. So no big changes here. Just have the umbrella on standby for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Some elevated rain opportunities around here. Any storm could produce some locally heavy downpours, and we may see several inches of rain add on up. Lower rain opportunities as we get into Sunday and early next week. There's your forecast. Sports is next.
More WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
Academy Week continues on the high school football tour. For our next stop, the tour heads to Louisville to check in with the Winston Academy Patriots. Winston Academy is fresh off the team's first playoff appearance in 8 years. Now that the Patriots knows what that tastes like, the team is not ready to give up postseason dreams anytime soon. Winston Academy is stop number 37 on the high school football tour.
WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour is brought to you by Itawamba Community College, Cannon Ford of Starkville, Monroe County Farm Bureau, Max South Broadband, and the Bank of Vernon.
For some, a 3-win season might not seem like much. However, 2019's 3-win season marked the first time in 8 years that Winston Academy had been playoff bound. As the Patriots head into 2020, the team wants to build towards even more success.
We're able to get in the playoffs for the first time in 8 years, and that was a big deal for us. And it ended at Natchez Cathedral quicker than we wanted it to, but the kids got a taste of it, so hopefully that'll propel us.
I think we got a lot of guys that are bought in. We shocked a lot of people last year. We're just hoping to improve on that. Hopefully win our first playoff game in a couple of years.
It really boosts our confidence. Looking forward to getting back to the playoffs this year.
The Patriots return 11 seniors, most of which will serve as starters. As far as experience goes, Winston Academy sure isn't lacking. However, Coach Bird is focusing on the depth of his team in order to sustain success week after week.
You've got, a core group of 14 to 20 kids that have to play all night long. And can you get some depth out of your young guys and rest them on special teams? That's going to be a big deal for us. A lot of times you masquerade depth. A kid may have to be a backup at 2 different positions. And, that can be difficult, especially early when it's warm.
I feel like a lot of our younger guys are on the same level as our older guys. I feel like they're just a good motivator and a good pusher for the upperclassmen.
After last season's playoff push, the Patriots are looking to be playoff bound once again. Something that seems more attainable now that the Patriots have the experience under their belt.
I think it gives you a more realistic goal instead of something you just see that you want to reach out and touch. Now you've actually done it. Do we have the will to be able to push through and go another level? We'll see.
I want us to win our first playoff game in a long time. And I want to just shock the fans and people from other schools, just show that we have a chance of doing what we want to do.
It may not be easier. We're still going to have to push real hard, but I think we'll have that extra confidence.
Winston Academy looks to start the season off strong against Leake Academy on August 21st.
Last year when we played Leake in the opening game, they kind of took us out of the game really early with a couple of big plays. And I want to see us be able to respond. You know, when something bad happens, when some adversity hits, can we do what we got to do and keep it a football game? Don't let it get out of hand.
With the Patriots on the high school football tour, Courtney Robb, WCBI Sports.
WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour with Winston Academy is brought to you by Winston Plywood and Veneer and Tabor Drugs.
That's it for sports. More for you when we come back.
Clouds thinning out in some locations. I think we'll have a nice and colorful sunset in some spots out there. So be advised about that around 8 o'clock. Temperatures are all over the place. We do have some showers. Those downpours go away after sunset. We'll keep doing this over and over again.
Well, that's good.
You know what you're going to get tomorrow.
This is true. And the sunsets have been great.
They have been.
All right. Thanks, Keith. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a good night.